We are live. Saturday Night Live, except it's Sunday. They sound like Jiminy Glick.
Okay. I need to start this off. First and foremost, Uncle Chris, you're going to enjoy this discussion. I saw, you recommended I see Wake in Fright. Remember? Wake in Fright, the Australian picture. Cult classic from, 72 or something? Let's force that trash down in there. And I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed how it was really realistic and dark and, whatever. Like, it just had a cool... It was a horror movie that wasn't really supernatural or anything. It was a societal horror movie, So, we watched that, I want to say a month and change ago. And then, not long after, I went to a bar and I talked to an Australian bartender, I forget his name, and I mentioned that I saw this movie. And he goes, "Oh, it's a great movie, classic Australian cinema." He really liked the movie. I go, "Yeah, I loved it." I was like, "I want to watch more stuff kind of like that." And then this guy tells me I should watch a movie called Bad Boy Bubby. Yeah, Bad Boy Bubby. And I had never heard of it. Not that that means anything, because I don't know much about Australian movies. But I said, "Oh, okay. What's it about?" He kind of mentioned it, but it was kind of hard to hear. And then he didn't go into depth because he didn't want to spoil it for me. But he said, "It's just a fucked up movie, mate." It's just a fucked up movie. What's up, Ven? Ven says he was quite the character. Let me tell you. Have you seen that movie? Oh my god, I had no idea what I was in for, dude. Because the promotional poster for the movie looks like it's going to be about a guy who's a bit crazy and he's a troublemaker and he breaks hearts. Kind of like With Nail and I. That kind of thing. I don't know. Not that at all. The movie, within the first 5 minutes, it's just unbelievable in terms of how shocking. I mean, this I think is without a doubt what is this? What movie is this from? Uncle Chris, you know. I won't say it. We'll probably get copy written up for it. Okay, I gotta cross the street here. Well, I can't. Damn. This is it's called the Escape Hotel, and they have creepy stuff. It took 60 minutes to escape. Be the hero of your own story. I don't know. Check into a haunted hotel. Blah blah blah. It's a touristy gimmick. Okay, here we go. Anyway, so within the first 5 minutes of watching this film, I could not believe what I was seeing. Essentially the man, it's a man who is living, basically a prisoner, in this squalid apartment, controlled by his mother, who abuses him sexually, emotionally, physically, I mean, the cruelest part to me is not the incest, which, by the way, was awful. That was bad. That wasn't the cruelest part to me. The cruelest part, I'm not saying cool, I'm saying cruel, C-R-U-E-L. The cruelest part was the fact that she would go to work all day or something, leave the house for hours, and tell him not to leave his chair. Don't move because Jesus is watching you, right? And so this guy will sit in a chair for, I don't know, 8 hours, 9 hours, you know, not moving because he's been told not to move. And then he ends up, you know, pissing himself because of it. And that was just so awful. But then the animal stuff, the cat stuff, oof. What I looked into it because I was like, is this a real cat? Are they killing a real cat? So basically, there were 2 cats on set. One of them, you know, was like I don't know, trained or something. And then the other one was a feral cat. They had a vet technician and Humane Society person on set to make sure it wasn't being abused. But since it was feral, it was put down after it had been filmed. Because they just did that back then. You know, if you found a stray feral cat, you just put it down. I guess in an attempt to be merciful, because it's just going to repopulate. And, you know, cats are a form of pest in a way. I mean, they just reproduce and whatever. So they put it down, and then I think the scene later on where he's suffocating the cat with saran wrap, cling wrap, is that's a real dead cat. Which is just, oh. And then I looked it up, and apparently Mark Kermode, who's a film critic that I'm pretty familiar with, I followed his stuff for years, apparently walked out of the screening because he couldn't handle the animal abuse. And to be honest, I mean, this was shocking to me in 2021. I can't imagine how this film played in 1993, for fuck's sake. I mean, I don't think you could make this movie now. I don't know. Maybe it would be more shocking now. I don't know. It's a fucking... I mean, you know, I'm sure at the time it was just considered repugnant and horrific. And although oddly enough, there is a heart to the movie. There's a very like sentimental ending, which I won't go into, you know, in case anyone sees this. Ven says outside stray cats are a big problem for small animals. Yeah, I'm sure in Australia too. I'm sure they're killing the kookaburras or whatever, you know, whatever they have. But yeah, man. So, God, I mean, I really didn't know what to expect. And I know this movie's supposed to be a dark comedy, and it did get funny later on, but the first hour, I'd say, is really dark. The comedy is pretty, you know, pretty light, I'd say. There's not a lot of humor early on. It only gets funny later when he starts repeating the things he's learned. You know, like his first interaction with a car. He walks into the street. He's never seen a car before in his life. And then these 2 Australian guys are in a car and they go, "Get out of the fucking way, you cunt." Okay, we got some homeless people being homeless. But, you know, he screams, "Get out of the way, you cunt," you know. And then later on, he's in a car with this woman who's kindly driving him around, and a cop approaches the car. He doesn't know what a cop is. And he says to the cop, "Out of the way, you cunt." The cop punches him. Cop, you know, says, "I don't like you, smart ass," whatever. Dude, it was just... But there's a lot of, like, yeah, there's a lot of soul, heart and soul of the movie. I mean, I think the most touching scenes are when he discovers this home for disabled people. I mean, disabled, like, cerebral palsy type people. And he's not disabled. It's just he has this stunted growth mentally because he was raised in an apartment his whole life, barely speaks English. He just imitates, you know. So but he's able to understand these people suffering from cerebral palsy, and he's translating for them. And the nurses are like, "Oh my God, you know what they're saying?" He's like, "Yeah, he says this." And then later on, and then there's a girl he likes a lot, but it's not a perverted liking. It's like a wholesome. He likes this girl, wholesomely, like a sister or something. I could talk about this movie for 5 hours. I mean, there's so much to unpack. But so later on, he's crying with this cerebral palsy girl because he explains to the nurse the cerebral palsy girl likes him, like loves him, is in love with him, but he's in love with someone else, and he feels so bad about it. He's in love with the nurse, and he feels so sympathetic. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and he's like weeping, and it's like, "Oh man," that's a very innocent, childlike mentality. That adults do not do that. If somebody likes you and you don't like them, most modern society is going, oh, sorry, well, I gotta go. Like trying to avoid any awkwardness, just out of selfishness, really, or they don't want to be around the hurt feelings. Not my dude, Bubby. But I mean, and it just, it just kept getting crazier. I mean, like, okay, when he goes to prison, that I couldn't believe that. When he went to prison and they put him in a cell with some fucking degenerate guy. They put Bubby in this cell with this absolute filthy naked dude who's like clearly a rapist. And he introduces himself, mimicking something he's seen. And the guy grabs him by the neck, throws him on the ground, and then proceeds to rape him in the ass. And the shot just wouldn't end. How you doing? But I mean, dude, this shot wouldn't end. It just kept staying on his face as he's getting pounded, and his like silent acceptance that he's getting fucked and there's nothing he can do. So he just lies there it's like, oh God, Jesus Christ. I mean, I almost turned it off. I'm not going to lie to you, because we hadn't gotten to the bright part, or the happier part. Like, at this point it was all gloom. I'm sorry I don't, but cheers. Yeah. So anyway, trying to think of that other good part. Oh yeah. Like how? Okay. His mom. He tries to copy what his mom does with the cat in the beginning. So he ties the cat up and says, "Stay there, you cunt. Don't move." And then later on, he finds another cat, and he starts to say it again, like what she taught him. And he's like, no, I can't do that. I have to be better than my twisted psycho mom. This movie's just absolutely fucking crazy. I'm really glad I saw it. I can't think of another movie like this. I guess maybe that Brie Larson movie Room, right? Which I actually never saw. But I know that movie is about a woman and her, well, I don't want to give it away. I know the twist, that it's about a woman and her child who they live in this room, they're trapped there, and you don't really understand why, and then you realize this man has kidnapped her, and during her prison there, he raped her, and she had a kid. So she and her son are there. She had the son while she was in this room. That's just horrific, But I wonder how, so it's very similar, actually. It's very similar concept. But, I don't know. I don't think I can watch that, to be honest. That's because this had this like slight dark comedy edge that when something is funny, it's really funny. You know, like because you want to laugh because you're in such agony the whole movie. You know, like he's grabbing women's boobs he just met. You're like, oh God. He's just feeling up any woman he wants to because he doesn't understand it's wrong. It's fucked up. All right, let's go this way. I'm kind of walking just to get some more steps in. Usually I do a lot more steps, but today, I walked like 3 miles today, but I also ate a lot today. And that's the whole thing where you can't just, you gotta kind of even it out, you know? So basically, what did I have today? Well, no, first, okay, so I got a massage today, which I don't normally do. I haven't done this in like, I don't know, 5-6 years. Got a massage. It's pretty good. I was hoping it would be a little more neck intensive. The woman stood on my back. She stood on my back and walked on my back and all this stuff. It was cool. I feel pretty good now. I don't know. I thought I would feel a lot better, but my legs are actually my knees are very sore. She was twisting them and stuff. I don't know. So I had a massage, and then afterwards I went to this little diner, had an omelet, had some potatoes, had some toast, you know, which I don't normally eat this shit because I've been on this diet, but I'm like, fuck it. Eat a bunch of stuff. Eat a meal, you know. What did I have after that? I had chicken. I had 2 things of chicken. I had watermelon, pineapple. Yeah, I had quite a lot. Broccoli. Quite a lot of stuff. Ven says, is Brie Larson good? She seems like an annoying person, but I don't know if she's been in anything where you get to see her be a good actress. Okay, so the internet hates Brie Larson. I don't like her. I wouldn't want to hang out with her. But from what I know about Room, which I still need to watch, it's like an amazing movie. Incredible performance by her. Did she win an Oscar? Was she nominated? Yeah, like that's like supposed to be fucking 10 out of 10 performance from her. So, you know, yeah, I find her internet personality to be really obnoxious because, you know, she's just one of these always triggered, bad sense of humor, you know, whatever. But she's supposed to be good. Plus, she's been in stuff over the years. Wasn't she in Scott Pilgrim? And she's been in a lot of stuff. It's just once she went to Marvel, that's kind of where, you know, kind of where it got shitty. I didn't love, well, she was okay in Kong Skull Island, actually. I didn't hate her in that. She was fine. It's a shame that, because, you know, I get it that you have all these fans, because like when Captain Marvel came out, it was just a bunch, like it was a lot of people saying this looks bad and that she looks bad in it. And there were some complaints where it's like, well, she's not smiling enough. And of course, if you're a woke celebrity in whenever that was, 2019, that's got to be really triggering because it's like, well, what the fuck? Iron Man doesn't smile on his poster, you know. Captain America isn't smiling. And so she found this double standard, you know, and like called it out. But at the same time, she's not addressing the people who say like that she sounds like a vocal fry Valley girl, you know, like her dialogue in, I'm sorry, I think she was miscast for that role. Like I think we needed someone a lot more butch, to be honest with you. Like Captain Marvel in the comics, from what I know now, I don't remember right now, but maybe 5 years ago or something, had this kind of like shorter haircut, a lot more muscular, and fun character, you know? Doesn't mean she needs to smile all the time to please the men, but, you know, like Brie Larson's voice is just, I'm Captain Marvel. I'm Captain Marvel. You know, it's like, ugh. Vocal fry, get out of here. I just find her not, she didn't fit that role for me. Whatever. You know, but what are you gonna do? I think Ben says, I think she was fine in Scott Pilgrim, but I haven't watched it in years. Yeah, it was a small part. It wasn't like a big part. I don't know if she just got a big head or what, but damn. Yeah, I don't know. I really think it's just a combination of getting triggered online. Same thing with the Ghostbusters women. A lot of them got really pissy about all the sexist fans, which like do exist, but like they also were ignoring the criticism from people who are just like, this isn't funny, like this sucks, or like this is, you're trying way too hard, you know. And I guess, you know, so it's kind of similar to that. I feel like it's this defensiveness, and it's like you're allowed to be defensive, but what really fucked her over was her cast interviews. Those are bad. Have you seen those? The interviews with Brie Larson and Chris Hemsworth and Don Cheadle? Those are bad. Wow. Bro, okay. I know that those, I don't know, I haven't been on the press circuit, so excuse me. From what I understand, they do those interviews all day. It's very draining. It's tiresome, you know. And you can get grumpy, whatever. But typically, it's like, this is the hardest part. This is the least fun part of your job. You know, you're getting paid millions of dollars to wear capes and pretend. And let's be honest, like, I know those guys do a lot of stunts or whatever, but a lot of it's also just behind a green screen fucking around. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., towards the end of his Iron Man career, would just like, he wasn't even like doing it himself. He was behind a thing, you know, like it's all behind the masks and the suit's CGI. It's like, okay, you know. Anyway, so it's like, you know, can you suck it up a little bit? But whatever. And like, usually celebrity press junket interviews are like pretty fun, or the cast members are being nice to each other, whatever. But Brie Larson's, dude, holy shit. I have never seen a more uncomfortable, well, yeah, I don't think so. More uncomfortable between cast members. Like, you know, Chris Hemsworth and Don Cheadle are like trying to give her playful jabs and stuff. Like really mild stuff. And she's like, no, I'm not the female Tom Cruise. I'm the female me. Okay, dude. Okay. Shut the fuck up. You know, and then it's, you know, like Chris Hemsworth's like, well, we all know Thor is the strongest, which is like, he's joking, like, who cares, who gives a fuck. He's like, actually I am. I'm the strongest. And it's just, she just came off as so obnoxious and just not fun. Like, no one wants to be around her. Now, I don't know that for sure, obviously, but from those interviews, man, oof. Then says Ghostbusters was the big one that told production companies you can just deflect bad reviews as, yep, pretty much. You can just deflect bad reviews as sexism, yep. Even if you have a legit opinion. And by the way, like, a lot of the fans during that time were they also jumped on that too. Like Patton Oswalt, who I normally like, really showed his true colors, because AVGN, the angry video game nerd on YouTube, who's not a sexist, who's not a alt-right guy. He's just a nerd. He posted his Ghostbusters 2016 review, and he goes, "I'm not reviewing it. This is not the movie that we wanted, and I'm not going to support them. I'm not going to support the industry, whatever." And it had nothing to do with them being women. It was purely just like, hey, I feel strongly about this franchise, and I think this is stupid. Ghostbusters is Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, the other guys, I'm forgetting their names. And then Patton Oswalt posted some tweet saying, like, "Wow, we really care about this misogynist nerd." Like fuck you, dude. You little gnome. I don't know. He came off as really petty. Yeah, Ven says AVGN is such a wholesome dude. I was mad that he got attacked for that. I know, yeah, because, he easily could have fallen into the whole, fuck the liberal media and, just become a political guy and racked up all these subs and stuff. But he's not. He's never said anything political once on his channel. And, Jay, my friend Jay, is a huge AVGN fan. And Jay can back me up that he has always been totally uninterested in, identity politics or picking sides and all that shit. He just wants to talk about movies, his franchises that he likes, horror and monster stuff. And yeah. So yeah, I didn't, that whole Ghostbusters thing was obnoxious. But yeah, so I think there's some parallels to that, and I don't know. But the thing is, dude, after Endgame, I don't care. I'll probably see Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, because I hear they're doing the multiverse, which is cool. Okay. I haven't watched any of the Marvel shows. I mean, the ones, the Disney ones. Haven't seen WandaVision, haven't seen Loki, haven't seen Captain America. I just don't give a fuck. It's over. Tony's dead. Steve Rogers is old. Okay. I'm not really interested in what happens now. Even Guardians now is kind of weird. Because is Thor with them now or something? It's at a very weird place. And it seems kind of like it'd be cool if they waited let's see, 2019. Black Widow is the first movie we've had. Kiko can't get any lookalike work now that Iron Man is dead. That's why I'm really salty, yeah. He really, should have consulted me first. I never get that. I always get Dante. I get Brendan Fraser. The other day I got Elijah Wood. Can you fucking believe that shit? Somebody on TikTok said, "Has anyone ever told you that you look like Elijah Wood?" Is it the eyes? Is it the teeth? I don't know. That one really, it wasn't even like an insult. It was just like, oh, But yeah, I never get Robert Downey Jr. Maybe when I drop 50 more pounds. Just kidding, that's too much. If I drop 30 more pounds, maybe I will. I used to get it. That's not true. Yeah, I did. When I wasn't wearing glasses, I would get it sometimes. But not anymore. Ven says, I get Ed Sheeran and Ron Weasley. Okay. I shouldn't complain. That's true. Yeah, if you're a ginger and you're not... Because I bet if you were American, you wouldn't get those. But the fact that you're from the UK, it doesn't help. Ooh, Ed Sheeran. I should respect him from a pop writing standpoint, but I just get a really lame vibe from him. I don't know. I think because his songs are just I think it's because he started as a ballad guy, acoustic ballad guy, and now he's a pop guy. It's he's pretty bland, yeah. I like Charlie Puth I hate saying his fucking name, but I like Charlie Puth because he's actually a producer and like he uses synths and stuff, and he's got a really good ear for melodies and bass lines and stuff. He's kind of a fuck boy, but whatever. He seems cool. Cool enough. Oh, dude. So I was looking up this new synthesizer called the Take 5. And I hadn't heard anything about it. I said, oh, okay. So I go on YouTube to look up this new synthesizer. And what do I see? The first video, the first hit that comes up is Synthpunk. You know, our old friend Synthpunk saying, the Take 5 is boring and bland. That's his, you just reminded me he said bland. That was his thing. And I go, oh, well, has he heard it yet? And I watched the video. He hasn't heard it. No, it's not even out yet. There's a picture of it. And he's just bitching and bitching about, it only has 37 keys. Ah, man. You know, why didn't they do this? He goes, it doesn't have wood panels. Okay, who gives a fuck? Anyway, so I commented and I said, you know, this is for people who can't afford a Prophet 5 synth and something. I said, you also haven't even heard it yet. So then he made a video directed at me to Kiko and the other night owls because I posted the comment at like 4 a.m. What a psycho, dude. He's fucking crazy. And he's just bitching about how he goes, you guys are pussies because you'll just accept anything. Wow. And he also goes, the effects section is useless, just stupid. And I go, I wrote again, like, I don't know if you know this, but like the effects section is for live players. You know, people who want to play live and not have all these pedals. And he was also complaining that it's like too expensive. And I'm like, well, the used market will be good. Yeah, that guy's fucking nuts. He just bitches about everything. Like, he can't be happy about anything. It has to be a constant source of whining and complaining. It's like, dude, you're 57 years old. How about you know, you only have so much time left. How about you, like, cheer the fuck up? Ugh, cringe. Anyway. But yeah, man, so I start this new job tomorrow. I'm a little nervous. Okay. I start this new job tomorrow and I'm a little nervous. Just because, you know, this is a big lifestyle change. I'm ready for it. Just want to make sure I do it right. They need to have like a week where you start a new job and they have like someone there who goes, just so you know, you're gonna fuck up a few times. It's fine, you know. Vince says, I can't keep track of all your online enemies. I don't have that many. Well, he's not really an enemy. He's just, you know, a triggered old man. But I don't have that many enemies. Maybe I do. Maybe I've forgotten. But yeah, it would be cool if when you start a new gig and they just have like a period where they go, okay, so you're gonna be allowed to fuck up a bunch of times. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You know, and you just chill. And you go word up. And you guys dap, you know. What's making me a little weird about it is that I think the first few days are gonna be remote, which is like, why? I mean, I'm ready to win. Let's do this. But I guess I can't complain because, like, all right, well, I'll just roll out of bed, you know, put a shirt on. I don't have to shower, really. And I'll just do the Zoom orientation. That'll be cool. But yeah, so that's tomorrow at 8:30. It's 10 now. I should probably go to bed at like 11. So I'm just doing a walk before bed, just to get some more steps in. And yeah, and we'll just, you know, it'll be, I don't know if I'll be streaming next few days. I mean, maybe. It depends on how much work I got to do. Because I might have to memorize a bunch of bullshit. I assume tomorrow will just be like policies and stuff, and let's set up your email, and let's get you in the system, and blah, 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 you know, which is fine. I'm down with that. Yeah, my legs are sore. What they say about sore legs? Big feet. No, don't say that. That's not a thing. You know what? I'm tired of looking at my face. Let's show you where we're going here. Oh, and there was a kind of a hassle because for my tax form, I sent it to the HR person, and I'm trying to, file exempt because I didn't make enough money last year, or this year, I guess. And it'll help me out, whatever. And I did it the exact way you're supposed to do it. And she goes, please fill out all these sections. And I go, oh no, let me show you. It even says you have to do it like this. And she just didn't respond. So, I don't know. I asked my friend about it, and he was like, oh, she probably doesn't know how to do that. Probably not a lot of people have done that, So I'm like, oh, okay. So we're at Ralph's. I might want to get some, not cereal, I don't know. Cereal, I might start eating cereal. Depends. Well, I want to eat stuff that's like gonna be, that will keep well for the day, Actually, okay, what's the type of bag where it's like food won't spoil inside the bag? Is it called a cooling pack or something? What's that shit called? I don't know. So I can bring like my lunches with me, and I know, and they won't they won't get salmonella, or like the heat won't fuck them up. I forget what it's called. I'll ask somebody. Maybe they have them here. Probably not. But yeah, I want to start making stuff that I can bring to work, because I can't keep buying food around it's getting expensive, dude. It's getting really expensive. I gotta be smarter about that shit. Okay, we're gonna, this hurts my legs, but we're gonna go. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Oh, Ven, what was the movie you suggested? It's in the Discord. I wanted to ask my Uncle Chris about it. I'm sure he's seen it. Fucked up movie list. Not horror movie, just depressing, fucked up, dark comedy movie. Oh. All right, here we go. All right, I'm actually gonna sign off here, but I will let you guys know how it went tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.